All right, so when we go ahead and scan this panel and go through our knockdown process, this is exactly what we're looking for. And you're going to find this throughout all the way through the panel. But we'll go ahead and we'll start on this one, and little by little we will knock these crowns out one hit at a time. So anything that we miss from this specific angle, we will definitely be able to hit it from the other angle. All right, guys, so we got a nice little crown through here. That's the one earlier that I talked about that I actually kind of pushed this off the edge. And just a note here, I don't know how it looks in the camera, but these are non-aggressive high spots. They were all made with a soft tip. Very, very easy to blend these out with a sharper tip knockdown. But we're not going to get into that yet. We're not down to the definition work. Right now, we're actually to the point to where we're just getting this thing in shape to get into that defining work. So I'm not going to worry about any of that now. I'm just going to keep on moving along and bringing this thing up symmetrical, and that's what's truly important. If you noticed, very nice how that metal just kind of coasts along. And we actually, believe it or not, back behind here, we got a little bit of trap pressure on the other side of the damage. So I'm going to go ahead and scoot the light up. There we go. Now you're seeing it right through there. We'll go ahead and relieve that as well. Now guys, this is what I need you to do through this whole panel. I'm not going to take you through every single one. But they're very, very similar. I need you to take what I'm doing here on this area, on these crowns, and rinse and repeat this throughout the panel. Not only from the direction we're at now, but we go around from the other direction and do the exact same thing. And look at it from every angle. I mean, put your light down like into the crease, going at a vertical angle, and flip it this way. Flip it all the way up like this, and start looking at it down from that angle. Sit down on the floor, take your light up top, look at it from that angle. That's the type of stuff that actually makes you a great technician, because you don't get stuck in one spot too long. You do your work, you do it right, and then you move along to that next angle, and you're going to find doing things that way it's basically going to speed you up. That's going to cause you what I like to call bobbing and weaving. Your head's always bobbing and weaving. As soon as you get comfortable, you leave your head there, you're boom, you're going to get knocked. You're just going to be sitting there forever, pushing in one angle, looking in one direction. You're not going to be understanding why it's not shaping up, and that's because cross-checking is the key to making this stuff work and making it happen. So we'll keep on moving along here. Now we're coming in from this angle. Again, using the soft tip knockdown and really taking a majority of the peak off of these crowns. Just like anything else in this repair method, you keep getting finer and finer as you go. So you use something that moves a lot of metal, and then you go down to something a little bit, a little bit more pinpoint precision, like a plastic knockdown. And little by little, you go smaller and smaller with your impact shots, until you're actually defining that thing out and pushing up little bitty ripples and little bitty lows. As of right now, we're just going to go through with this, and then I'm literally going to turn the light back around, and I'm going to do another run through knockdown session with just our nylon tip knockdown. So we'll go ahead and take a shot of that. Anything that you applied from our last video of actually knocking down these crowns, you just take that what I taught you there and apply it at this specific angle. So I'm not gonna run you through every single little crown and ripple. That would make the video would be very boring if we did that. So I'm just gonna go ahead and get in here and push through it, and we will jump back in as soon as we're ready to go into with the sharper knockdown. But I want to go ahead and start this off and let you take a look at how we're going to be doing it here. I'm actually sitting down so my head is level to the vehicle. I can bring my head in real nice and tight and tap my crowns just like that. And just go in here and begin knocking down. You can literally see the pressure just melting into the dent. I mean, that's what you want. And it's not getting any lower at all. We're at the point now to where we're stabilizing it and making it level with the surrounding panel. And as soon as we get into finish with this knockdown work, it's going to be a breeze. I mean, we will get to the point to where we're at an exchange, to where we're going, you know, knockdown, push, knockdown, push, knockdown, push. But when we finally get to that level where we're at that real close exchange, I mean, we're doing finishing work at that point, so it's absolutely all downhill from there. All right, guys, I want to talk to you a little bit about why I attack this the way that I did. One of the reasons is because I wanted to take this big dent and basically change it into multiple little dents, okay? Now, at that point, I can treat each and every section, you know, as its own individual smaller dent. All right, you know, it used to be in the past I would want to finish out one section perfect at a time, but I realized that that was a lot of exchange between tools, you know. What I had actually found is that you need to like put this in your mind that you broke it up into like 4 or 5 different sections, okay? You go into each and every section independently and break it up in phases, you know, where you're going to go in and do this and do it to all of them, so you're not going with that time-consuming tool exchange. If you're anything like me, I walk across my shop and I lay my tool somewhere and I'm looking for it for 15, 20 minutes. And then when I find it, it's where I laid it, you know, I try to stay away from that. I just want to find different ways, different techniques to move these things along much more fluent. And that's exactly what we're doing over here on this repair. So pay attention to that small stuff and just apply it into what you're doing, and I'm sure that you will be amazed with the results. I just wanted to point that out and make sure that you took a mental note of that. All right, everybody, so I want to show you the level that we're at before going in with the hammer and knockdown process. So I'm going to go ahead and go in with this sharper knockdown and work my way across it just like we did. I mean, just like we did to begin with. I'm going to take passes from one angle and then come back in from the other angle. So let's go ahead and let's go check it out. All right, everybody, here it is. This is, let me get a little close up here for you. You can see we definitely have some lows to work. And definitely some little spots here and there that need to be worked out. One thing that you're going to notice about these, though, none of them are aggressive whatsoever. So this is basically taking each and every individual area and pushing it up just like a regular dent. And this is all from going through with that soft tip tool and then going through there with the soft tip knockdown. At this point, I'm going to run through it and open it up a little bit with a sharper tip knockdown as we just talked about there. And then at that point, we're going to go ahead and go in there with a nice sharper tip tool, kind of more, I think I'm going to go in with a bullet tip before we attempt to put in a super sharp tip. I do not even know if we'll get there on this one because we've kept everything nice and soft throughout the process. Here, essentially what I'm doing here is blending the area out. So we've got some of this stuff around here. We're just trying to get rid of some of the ridges in between any of these little lows. Basically just softening the area and getting it prepped to begin making some push work. So I'll go ahead and show you exactly how that's going to be done. Just kind of opening that whole area up, getting it ready, essentially changing it into a little bitty ding that can easily be pushed out. So literally when I come in here for my push marks, I'm just going to have to hit here, hit here, hit here, hit here, and then, you know, of course, do a little cross-checking. Hit down in through here, you know, back in through here. We'll definitely do a little bit of tap work, opening that up. Actually, you're getting this entire area prepped to begin your push work. Let's go a little bit further into the panel. I want to work on this one that's a little bit more aggressive, and that'll give you just a better idea there.